So today we bring out the Chaos Orb Dragon Hides deck box, marked it and stuff. So let's check out my mono red burn goblins deck. So this is my mono red deck. It's a old school Magic 93-94. So let's take a look at it card by card. So this is a very aggressive deck. We got the Mishra's Factories, a playset. They're debating whether to restrict this card or not. I like using a playset of Mishra's Factory, so it can actually block and then pump itself. So some shenanigans. Cycle land that is a creature. So awesome. So we have the strip mine, just one copy. I mean, we need 15 mountains. We need a lot of land and mana acceleration to keep this going because we have ball lightning. So only one copy of strip mine, but yeah, just so the deck operates more smoothly, you know, with more red mana and stuff and more available mana. So the Hammerheim is like a mountain, except it can remove land walking ability from a creature. So yeah, I guess the mirror match is quite an interesting card to have. It is legendary, so you know, only one copy. And 15 mountains, that's the magic number here that lets you cast ball lightning before it's too late. So yeah, that's my deck. You know, if you want to change this deck or improve on it or anything, it's your choice, but this is the way I've built it. So we got some creatures. Goblins of the Flarg. So Goblins of the Flarg is a 1-drop, and it's a 1/1, but it has Mountain Walk. There are no dwarfs in this deck, so no need to worry about the ability there. So this is just to, you know, so you can start killing your opponents soon, because, you know, turn 1 it's there on the board. So Goblin Balloon Brigades, it's the same deal except it gains flying if you pay 1 red mana. And evasion is very powerful, very necessary. So and it is a goblin, you know, because there's the Goblin King, and he pumps other goblins. He's now a goblin apparently. So no, these are gonna be 2/2. So 2/2 flying for 1. That's you have to pay the cost, but still it's pretty darn good. The ball lightning. So yeah, it's 3 red mana, so it's very intense, you know, because you can't use a factory to cast this, but it's basically a double boat, you know, is what it is, and it's a creature with trample. So yeah, maybe I need more mana in this deck to consistently cast this number of ball lightning cards, but I don't care because I think it's powerful the way it is. Okay, so the Goblin King. So just as I said before, other goblins, they can Mountain Walk and get +1/+1. So here's the deal: they're getting Mountain Walk. You're using Blood Moon, right? You're turning your opponent's lands into mountains. So you're getting in and swinging all the time and killing your opponent. It's like a mini combo, you know. The Flarg already has the Mountain Walk, so okay, we have a Shivan Dragon. Yes, I mean this deck has some mana, right? Acceleration and stuff. It's capable of casting a Shivan Dragon, but it's just because I love Shivan Dragons, and I mean it's very powerful, and it's only one copy, right? So I think it makes total sense. And another thing, Granite Gargoyle. This is very powerful. It's a 2/2 for 3 mana. So it actually pumps its toughness, so it can act as a wall and stuff. And if you're building a red deck, consider using the Granite Gargoyle. I mean, it's freaking awesome. Christopher Rush artwork and stuff. Okay, so the spells, right? So Lightning Bolt. Do I even need to explain? I mean, 3 damage to one target, to any target. You can kill stuff, can kill your opponents. And the Chain Lightning is similar because it's 3 damage, but it can be copied. Here's the deal, it can be copied as many times as it would be. So you can pay 2 red mana to copy once it has been copied. So, you know, sometimes people die because of Chain Lightning, and they didn't even realize that the spell was copyable and they were going to die. So yeah, that's grim. So another thing here is the Blood Moon. 3 copies of Blood Moon. Okay, so unknown basic lands become mountains. So as I said before, this is very important in this deck, and you know, non-basics are used a lot. So Fireball, it's a removal, but it can kill your opponent. So I'm just putting 2 in the main deck because you know, it's very useful. I like it very much. So something very interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is a Thailand edition Wheel of Fortune. So it's the best red draw spell ever, and it draws you 7 cards. Okay, your opponent too, but it's kind of like Time Twister, but your hand's gonna get empty. It's gonna run out of cards, and you need this card. It is restricted, so yeah, nice cards. So Fork, yes, this is so much fun. This is the red counter spell, okay? So any sorcery or instant is copied. So it's a hell of a card. It's I'm only using 1 copy because I'm keeping this aggressive. You know, I don't want to put too much strategy in the deck, make it a pseudo control deck. So yeah, this can actually counter a counter spell, and you know, it is reserve list. So awesome stuff. So this deck is kind of expensive, as you have noticed, like Beta Chaos Orb, right? Mox Ruby Unlimited, but you can switch just a few cards. I'm gonna put the deck list in the description, and you can switch a few cards of your choice, and this becomes a budget deck, right? Maybe you mess with the mana and stuff, and there you go, you have yourself an expensive old school deck, right? So Shatter, because everyone plays artifacts, right? And I guess the artifact decks and stuff, it's just one in the main, because it is necessary. I'm not using a lot of Shatterstorm because I'm running some artifacts and stuff, like some enchantments. So I don't want to mess up my own game, but that's okay because here's one Shatter. It's only 2 mana to get rid of something annoying. Bloodlust. So plus 4 minus 4, but it doesn't kill the creature. So it's a combat trick, and it's very useful. It can win you the game, right? Because it's kind of like Goblin grenades or something. So I chose Bloodlust. It is very strong. I mean, plus 4 for extra damage. You can kill a creature or off your opponent. Anyway, the Chaos Orb. It's a beta Chaos Orb, and it is the best removal in old school. And if you can afford it, buy a unlimited copy or something and use it, because this is the reason to play old school, right? It's the fun, the friendships, the everything. So Jayemdae Tome, because I feel like a deck like this, kind of like mono black, it needs to draw cards. So at only 4 colorless, right? If you get stuck, this can help you out. You can always sideboard it out too. The Soul Ring is mana acceleration, 2 colors mana. Just play it on turn 1, right? So Mox Ruby. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say? It's a Mox Ruby, okay? If you're not using the Ruby, you can use like Mana Flare or something else, more lands. Your choice, man, or girl. So the Black Lotus is the same thing. Everybody knows the Lotus, right? It's 3 mana of 1 color. In this case, it's gonna be 3 red mana, and you can use it to cast the Ball Lightning. Maybe I would use it to put Blood Moon on the board, right? That's the deck. So let's take a look at the sideboard. And here's the sideboard. So okay. Nevinyrral's disc. I mean, if you're having problems with enchantments or creatures, big creatures, from your opponent, then you just slap a couple of these on and you'll be fine, right? Maybe there should be some, in the actual deck, not just the sideboards, but yeah, I find the disc to be, because it begins tapped, it's kind of hard to resolve this spell all the way to the end. So yeah, but it's necessary in a deck like this. So there you go, 2 copies of Nevinyrral's disc. The Black Vise. Okay, so it's trying to, make the deck unable to use card advantage and stuff like that, but I'm still testing this out. So the Black Vise, I'm probably gonna change these 3 spots for something else, but I mean, in the right situation, this card can be deadly. I mean, just look at it. Look at the picture. Come on. Okay, so 3 extra Shatter, but then there's Shatterstorm. So here's the deal. All artifacts in play are buried. So that means you lose your artifacts as well. So only 1 copy in the sideboard. Here's the most interesting card of the sideboard. It's a red Elemental Blast. So it's it counts as a blue spell, right? Destroys a blue card. So, against the Merfolk, against the deck, you need this card. You need a playset, okay? So Earthquake is very powerful. Okay, so one copy, I should probably use a couple. I only had one, to be honest. I didn't feel like ordering the second one because I'm still, I change sideboards a lot until I find the sideboard that I fully understand with every opponent and stuff. So this is the sideboard as it is now. And Maze of Ith, because it's a land and it nerfs a creature, it's perfect, okay? So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I will have more decks coming soon and more openings and stuff. So see you next time.